Hey there, Eisenberg kids. This is your math lesson for Wednesday, April 8th. And today we're going to be talking again about the attributes of shapes. And we're going to be focusing most of our time on quadrilaterals, four-sided shapes. So an attribute are the things that make a shape a shape. So if you have your vocabulary doc pulled up, these are the attributes: the number of sides, the number of vertices, the types of angles, and then we have a little section here for special right angles, since that's what we're focusing on for third grade, understanding right angles. And what we're going to do, you can see that this chart that I gave you has more than just quadrilaterals on it, because not all of these shapes have four sides. Some have more, and obviously the triangle has less. So for this lesson, we're just going to we're going to start right here at the parallelogram and focus on parallelogram, square, rectangle, trapezoid, and rhombus, because those are our quadrilateral or four-sided shapes. In order to complete your independent assignment today and to do the rest of this lesson with me, you're going to need to understand kind of the rules of these shapes, because we're going to learn today that some of these shapes actually can fit into groups together based on the rules for that shape and the attributes of that shape. So we're going to skip over triangle, and you can fill those in on your own if you would like to. And we're going to go straight to parallelogram. So if you look at our parallelogram, the number of sides is 4. So we have 4 sides. And then what we need to know about the sides of a parallelogram is that the top and bottom are equal, the right and left are equal, okay? So opposite sides are equal, okay? Because the top and bottom are opposite of each other, and those are equal. The right and left are opposite of each other, and they are equal as well. So in order for a shape to be a parallelogram, it has to have 4 sides, and they have to have opposite sides that are equal in length. Maybe I should put length here. Okay, opposite sides equal length. There are 4 vertices in this shape. Remember, vertices are the corners. It's where the sides meet. Let's talk about the angles of this shape. Obviously, there's 4 angles, but let's think about what kind of angles they are and if any of them are equal. Well, you can see that there are 2 smaller angles, one here at the bottom left and one here at the top right, and those are equal. Then if you look at the other angles that are bigger, this bottom right angle is equal to the top left angle. So that means opposite angles are equal. I'm just going to put equal. Opposite angles equal. And there are 4 angles. Okay. Look at the shape. Are there any right angles? Does it look like we could put a square in any of these corners? Nope. These look too small and these look too big. So there are 0 right angles in this shape. Okay, so in order for a shape to be called a parallelogram, it has to have 4 sides where the opposite sides are equal length. It has to have 4 vertices. It has to have 4 angles, and the opposite angles have to be equal. There do not have to be right angles. Okay, so these are kind of the rules of a parallelogram. So now let's look at the square. Square still has 4 sides. But now let's think about those sides. The top and bottom are equal, but those are also equal to the right side and the left side. So in order for something to be a square, all sides have to be equal. Okay. Now, technically, a square is a special kind of parallelogram, because look at the rules of a parallelogram. The opposite sides have to be equal in length. Well, that's true of a square. The top and bottom are equal, and the right and left are equal. So technically, the rules of a parallelogram also fit the rules of a square. Let's keep going. So we still have 4 vertices, and we still have 4 angles. But let's think about the angles this time. In this shape, every single angle of the square is exactly the same, because they are all those perfect square right angles. So all angles are equal. So if all of the angles are equal, that means there are 4 right angles. Okay, so now let's think about the rules of the parallelogram again. In order for something to be called a parallelogram, it has to have opposite angles that are equal. Well, look at the square. This angle is equal to its opposite angle. This angle is equal to its opposite angle. So even though all of them are equal, we still could technically call this square a parallelogram. So parallelograms is kind of a big group of shapes that share the same attributes. And then inside of that group, each of the shapes have their own special name. So a square is a special kind of parallelogram. Okay. All right, so now let's go to rectangles. So I noticed that there are 4 sides. But this time, instead of all 4 sides being equal, it's just the opposite sides are equal length. So opposite sides equal length. Okay, so the opposite top and bottom are equal length, right and left are equal length. There are still 4 vertices. There are still 4 angles. And just like with the square, those angles are all equal. So all angles are equal. And each of those angles is a right angle. So there are 4 right angles. So now I'm going to completely blow your mind. I want you to think about a rectangle and a square. Okay? A rectangle's rule is that opposite sides have to be equal length, right? So think about that with a square. We just proved that it was just like a parallelogram, that the opposite sides are equal length. So that makes a square similar to a rectangle because the opposite sides of a square are equal too. Then look at the angle rule. All of the angles have to be equal. Is that true of a square? Yes, it is. All of the angles are equal. So that means that technically a square is a special type of rectangle. Okay, so since the square has its own rules, it gets its own name. But technically, a square is a special kind of rectangle. And a rectangle is another kind of parallelogram because they all follow those same rules. Okay, now we cannot say that a rectangle is a square. A rectangle cannot be a square because it doesn't have equal sides. So a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be called a square. Kind of tricky, right? All right, we have a couple more. Trapezoids have 4 sides, but this time there's no rules about the side lengths. So in this trapezoid, the right and left are equal, but there are trapezoids where that's not true. So for a trapezoid, the only rule about the sides is that there have to be 4. There have to be 4. Okay? There's still 4 vertices. And now let's think about the angles. So look at the opposite angles. This one and this one. They don't match. This one, they don't match. So there are no specific rules about the angles of a trapezoid. So it can have any kind of angles it wants as long as there's 4 of them. So then look at this shape. Are there any right angles? Nope. There can be, but there don't have to be. Okay, so the only rule, I'm going to go back to the sides. There is one rule about the sides. Yesterday we learned about the word parallel, and we learned that parallel means that you can stretch the sides forever and ever, and they will never ever touch each other. They stay equal distant apart. So on a trapezoid, the only rule, besides that it has to have 4 sides and 4 angles, is that you have to have one set of parallel sides. Okay, so the only rule about the sides is you have to have one set that are parallel. So look here, the top and the bottom are parallel to each other. If we stretch this out, they will still stay the equal distance apart and they will never ever touch each other. So trapezoids don't fit into any of the other categories of quadrilaterals because the only rule is that they have to have one set of parallel sides. They don't match any of the angle rules of the other quadrilaterals. All right, let's go down to a rhombus. This is our last quadrilateral, and then we're going to go into your math book. So it still has 4 sides. So a rhombus is still a kind of quadrilateral. But this time, just like with the square, all sides have to be equal length, okay? So just like with a square, a rhombus has to have equal length sides. There are still 4 vertices, and there are still 4 angles. And those angles have to have opposite angles that are equal. So in this rhombus, the top and bottom angles are equal to each other, and the right and left angles are equal to each other. So opposite angles are equal. Okay. And there do not have to be any right angles. Okay. So technically, a square is a special kind of rhombus because a square follows all the rules of being a rhombus. A square has 4 sides that are equal, and the opposite angles of a square are equal because all of them are equal. So a square is a special type of rhombus. So now you need to have your math book out, and you need to turn to page 859, and you'll see the top of that page says shared attributes of quadrilaterals. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this, and you'll notice this crazy diagram that they have has all the information that we just put on our chart. So when you're doing your independent work, you can either pull up your chart that looks like this, or you can keep your book flipped open to this page of your math book to help you remember all the rules of the shapes. That's going to be very important today. So at the top it says the diagram shows how quadrilaterals are related. What attributes are shared by both rectangles and squares? So let's look at the rectangle. The attributes are, it has all the attributes of a parallelogram. So if you look up here, the parallelogram says opposite sides are the same length, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, and opposite angles are the same sides. Plus, it also has to have 4 right angles. So now let's look at the square. Notice how it has to have all the attributes of a parallelogram. So rectangles and squares are the same because they're both a special kind of parallelogram. Another thing I noticed that the same is that a rectangle and a square both have 4 right angles. So they're the same in that all of their angles have to be right angles. Okay. All right. So rectangles and squares share the following attributes. Opposite sides are the same length, would go in this blank. Both pairs of blank sides are parallel. The opposite sides are parallel to each other. There are blank right angles. Well, a rectangle and square both have 4 right angles. Okay, so we can use these attributes to compare and contrast our shapes. Go ahead and turn to page 900. And up at the top, it says a parallelogram has opposite sides that are the same length and both pairs of opposite sides parallel. It also has opposite angles that are the same size. Draw an example of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram. So we want a shape that's not going to fit these rules. So we can just pick a rule and break it, and then that automatically makes the shape not a parallelogram. So if the rule about a parallelogram is that the opposite sides have to be the same length, well, we can make a shape where the opposite sides are not the same length. So I could draw a top side that's this length, and I can make a bottom side that's a little bit longer, and then connect it. And this shape is not a parallelogram. And I know it's not a parallelogram because a parallelogram has to have both pairs of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Well, these are not equal length,